Alright guys, so something cool just came in. Oh! So anyways, I know this is a fitness channel. They're supposed to be, right? And I mean, I don't even lift, but anyways, so something cool came in. This is the new 2016 MacBook Pro 15-inch with touch bar. I got this because the current laptop I have, the Razer Blade Stealth, is great, but I'm trying to make this transition into not having, a desktop. Even though I love you, his name is Thor because the case says Thor on it. It's the, I think, Rosewill Thor. It's really cool. It's got Thor across the top. You can't see because I hide it away, but I'm trying to make this transition into not having a dedicated desktop, but having just a laptop that I can plug into my nice Dell 34-inch curved ultra-wide monitor, and that I can just kind of use that for everything, whether that be for school or for editing these videos, whatever it is. So, MacBook Pro, as much as I am not a huge Apple fanboy, I actually don't. I have Nexus 6P. Everything has always been Android. Actually, I had an iPhone for a while, and that's when I realized I hated it. I also worked for Apple as a tech for, I think, like a couple months before I was like, I hate this. So, giving Apple another chance, because I will say that they do make phenomenal laptops. And let me leave it at laptops. That's as far as I think their scope goes. Even though recently their phones have been better than a lot of Android phones. I know you guys, some of you may or may not know, but Apple has creates everything in-house, software and hardware, and as a result, they can make those two marry very well together. So while my phone might have bleeding edge tech, each phone manufacturer is fighting or just kind of playing a guessing game about how to better make their devices. So looks nice here. So, anyways, the MacBook. I know a lot of people hate the whole USB Type-C port situation, but kind of like it. I mean, my phone's already USB Type-C. That's about it. But I really like Type-C. I'm glad that they were able to push forward for that. I don't mind using dongles for a little bit, or just using cables that go from Type-C and blah, 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 all that stuff. So anyways, my biggest concern though is that I have heard after I ordered this that there are issues with the battery life. That's going to be a problem if that is actually a thing, because I really need good battery life. I like my Razer Blade Stealth. I kind of love it. I hate the bezels on the screen, and there's some coil line with it, and those are my main issues with it. Other than that, I love it. It's snappy. It does what it needs to. It just, I mean, obviously it's an Ultrabook. It was not made to video edit or do anything crazy on it. So, the MacBook Pro though, and back to the battery life. I'm sorry, I'm going off on tangents. The battery life on that Razer Blade Stealth, I undervolted the CPU and the integrated graphics, and I'm able to get out, easily 8, 9, sometimes even 10 or 11 hours of battery life if I'm, that 9+ range is if I'm really pushing for good battery life. But on max brightness and on whatnot, I can get a solid 8 hours of battery life easily doing, Excel spreadsheet work, or, last night I was, on Google Hangouts with my girlfriend, and the battery wasn't showing too much drain. I got Battery Bar Pro showing me what my usage is like, so we'll see. As far as software goes, I don't really care between the two. I mean, Adobe Premiere Pro is great, and I know that on my desktop it'll compile leagues faster than it will on the MacBook, but Final Cut Pro, I want to kind of give that a try because I've heard amazing things, and its compile times speaks for itself, or render times. I see, Premiere Pro takes 5 minutes to render like a 5-minute video, and then I see someone on Final Cut Pro do the same thing in like 20 seconds. And I heard there's reasons behind it, and the big reason is that Apple creates both those products. So again, that's the hardware and the software marrying itself together. But anyways, enough of me chitter-chattering. Let's move into the unboxing.
Call it love and devotion. Call it a mom's adoration. Foundation, a special bond of creation. Ah, for all the single moms out there going through frustration. Clean bandit, Shonda Paul, and Marie sing my debut.
She works the nights by the water. She's gone astray, so far away from her father's daughter. She just wants a life for a baby. All on her own, no one will come. She's got to save him.
Daily struggle.
She tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you.
Stay up there,
She
stay up
tells him,
there.
your life ain't gonna be nothing like my life. You're gonna grow and have a good life. I'm gonna do what I got to
Stay up there, stay up
So
there.
rockabye, baby, rockabye.
Alright, so we got box out, the main box, and got these airbags going on. Just put that all over there. So, here we have out in the flesh the 2016 MacBook Pro 15-inch. So, I'm sure you guys can just look on the internet, but you know, YouTube's algorithm calls for longer videos, and you know, how else to squeeze in a couple extra minutes or seconds by reading the specs to you instead of having you just look for them yourself. So, this comes with a 15.4-inch Retina LED backlit display with IPS technology, 2880 by 1800 is the resolution. It's got a 2.6 gigahertz quad-core Intel Core i7 with a 6 megabyte L3 cache, and it turbos up to 3.5. It's got 16 gigs of 2133 megahertz LP DDR3 RAM. It's got a 256 gigabyte PCIe based SSD. It's got the Radeon Pro 450 with 2 gigs of GDDR5 RAM. It's got, for integrated graphics, it's got the Intel HD 530. 4 Thunderbolt, 3 USB Type-C ports. And those are great, because I don't know if you know, but those Thunderbolt ports each can do up to 40 gigabytes per second transfer speeds. Or that's total bandwidth they have for each one, not like in total. So each one wouldn't have 10, and that's like, I think that was Thunderbolt 2's bandwidth. Anyways, it's got a combo headphone mic jack, touch bar, touch ID, backlit keyboard with ambient sensor, and it's got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, FaceTime HD camera, and all the other crap. Anyways, let's get to it.
Rock you, rockabye, baby, don't you cry. Somebody's got you, rockabye, baby, rockabye. I'm gonna rock you, rockabye, baby, don't you cry. Rockabye, no.
Rockabye, rocka, rocka, rockabye.
Yeah.
Rockabye, rocka, rocka, rockabye.
No. Rockabye. Yeah.
Alright, everything's set up. I mean, other than me installing my favorite browser, which is Firefox. Yeah, you guys probably will realize that I am being poverty mode, and I am placing my camera on top of my water bottle. It works well, and I'm just too lazy to go grab the tripod out of my car. So, initial thoughts, impressions. How do I feel about it? From the, it was delivered like 10 minutes ago, 10 or like 30 minutes ago. From the couple minutes I've spent using it already, I love it. It is everything that I have, come to remember and learn from Apple. There's what you guys probably didn't see it, but I just tried to touch a screen, and I completely forget that this isn't touchscreen. And it's like, whenever I see a glossy screen these days, I think it's supposed to be touchscreen. That is a touchscreen. It's nice. It's really convenient, especially with how small it is. It's like you can use it in your bed like a little iPad or a little tablet. So I like it. I really do. the keyboard, I know a lot of people were hating on it, but I like how it feels. I don't know how else to say it. I can definitely see, if you guys follow any tech channels, Linus Tech Tips does Linus Tech Tips. Linus does a video on the new MacBook Pro. Talks about the butterfly switches that, yes, I also agree. It seems like Apple has had like this, weird fetish for. But I heard that the first one sucked, but this one, it's really nice. I like the click. It's really responsive. It's very shallow key travel, but I feel like you can get used to it. But it definitely feels like someone who burst types really quickly. It's probably best for them, but at the same time, I think you can get just used to it and just kind of use it. But I'd still have to say my favorite keyboard of all time will be on the Razer Blade. Favorite laptop keyboard. So, am I going to keep it? We'll see. I have a month to really see if I want to keep it. It's beautiful. It really is. It's just such a nice machine, really. It's fast. It's snappy. It's got a quad core. Obviously, it's going to be excuse me. Obviously, leagues faster than my Razer Blade Stealth, because that's a dual core. Same amount of RAM though, same type of RAM too, which is kind of funny. It just has a dedicated graphics card. That one doesn't, has only integrated graphics. So, who is this for? Is it for pro people? I hear it's not these days, but at the same time, I mean, I'm not one to judge, really. It's just a great machine. If you have the money to spend on a MacBook Pro, I think you'd be hard-pressed to find any other MacBooks or any other laptops that are, that come close to it in terms of build quality. People say the Dell XPS 15 is supposed to be, with its Infinity, that's a beautiful display. I've seen that in person too. But people say that's supposed to be the MacBook killer, or like competitor, but it's got plastic on it. This doesn't. It's just like aluminum frames feel nice. Plastic ones feel cheap and crappy. Like if these days if I touch a laptop and it's got plastic on it, I'm already like. So I see a lot of videos. And I watched a lot of videos on the MacBook Pro before I took the leap of faith to buy it myself. And a common thing I've seen across the board are people who bag on the MacBook Pro got dislikes. People who said the MacBook Pro was great got dislikes. And I'm not here trying to only get likes, because I'm just going to tell you how it is. So I guess down to the core, should you get it? If you have the money. If you don't, I would say, say the only thing you're doing is going to school, and you just need a laptop that's got long battery life and can go on, YouTube and Netflix and chill and stuff like that. Something like the base model Razer Blade Stealth will probably do you real well. That's like an $800, $900 machine. And hell, you could go even cheaper. A Chromebook would fit you just fine. You don't need the MacBook Pro. Now, if you want to be like a hype beast or whatever and fit in with the cool crowd, then yeah, go ahead, get yourself a MacBook Pro, but remember, it's going to cost you a pretty penny. You are paying the Apple tax the same way someone buying a Razer Blade Stealth or Razer Blade is paying the Razer tax. Same way buying a Google Nexus phone, which you can't anymore because the Nexus project is done, you're paying the Google tax or Nexus tax. You're paying a tax on all of these machines for the specific companies. Some are greater than others. So, if you really love Mac OS, then yeah, go ahead, grab it. I would say if you're just a school person, don't do anything that requires a strong computer. Get the MacBook, or if you want the MacBook Pro, get the 13-inch model without Touch Bar, and save yourself, having to spend your entire, financial aid to cover the laptop that you bought, and then you'll maybe sooner or later regret because you realize you don't do much on it. Anyways, I think that's about to do it for the video. There's not much else to talk about, though. I will probably do an update video later, my updated thoughts and whatnot. I'll probably try to edit this on Final Cut. May or may not be a mistake, but I also just realized my wireless mouse, this won't plug in anywhere, and it's not Bluetooth, which is unfortunate. So we'll figure it out. Wait, I just forgot. I just said you don't need a mouse when you're doing work on a MacBook because their freaking touchpad is so great. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video here, and please like and subscribe to the video if you liked it. Wait, how's it go? Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, and please subscribe as it will really help the channel grow. And if you guys like these kind of like not always about, I know we're supposed to be like a fitness channel, but if it's something that you guys like or enjoy, please let me know. I think out of the two, I am the more tech oriented over Seyoon, but I'll read the comments, and you guys dictate what, you guys pick what you want to see. I'm here to entertain you guys. Anyways, catch you guys.
Single mom, how you doing out there? Facing the hard life without no fear. Just see and know that you really care, cause any obstacle come, you well prepare. And no mama,